Hey YouTube, it's Stride Stamina here, bringing you back another deck profile, but this one's going to be for Magic today. So we're going to start off with our creatures. So, right off the bat, a Hix's Prism Warden. This is going to be a mono white humans with a couple angels in here, but they're all white anyway. So, Hix's Prism Warden, he has Flash. And he's great because when he enters a battlefield, you get to, this turn you get to exile all creatures that deal you damage, basically. So he's a nice card to have. We have Amaria Shepherd in here. She is a pretty nice card because of her landfall ability. You can play her in a multicolored deck, but I like running her in mono white because her landfall, whenever a land enters a battlefield, under your control, you may return target non-land permanent card from your graveyard to your hand, and if that land is a plains, I may return to the battlefield instead. So she's pretty nice. Nyx Police Ram. This is part of a combo in here that we have with life gain and +1/+1 counters. So it's pretty nice to have out on the battlefield. I'll talk more about that combo later. Dawnstrike Paladin. He's a nice Vigilance lifelink. Once again, gaining life, our combo. You're going to see it here later in the video. Here's the last part of the combo. So, this girl, Serene Steward, whenever we gain life, we get to pay white mana and put a +1/+1 counter on it, on a target creature we control. So, what's nice about her is that, like with Dawnstrike Paladin, whenever this guy deals damage, you get to tap a white, put +1/+1 counters. Beginning of every upkeep, you get +1/+1 counters. It's so nice to have her in here. She's pretty weak, but most people probably aren't going to target her with removals because there are some stronger creatures in here that I personally think people would target with more. And then next up we have the Dragon Scale General. Now, Dragon Scale General is a really nice one because at the beginning of your end step we get a bolster X, where X is the number of tapped creatures you control. So say we swung with like 8 creatures this turn, she would bolster. Her bolster would be +8/+8 on the creature with the lowest toughness. Right? Because bolster's lowest toughness, isn't it? Yeah. With the least toughness. Okay, next we have a Lionheart Maverick. He's alright. Personally, I don't use him for his 5 ability that gives him a +1/+2 counter, or +1/+2 until end of turn. That's not really worth it. I mainly use him for the Vigilance because he's pretty nice that he can't tap. Same with Caption here. I mean, his ability's a lot cheaper, but I don't use him for that. I use him for First Strike. And Caption, yeah, it's pretty nice because he can be a 2/1 when he swings. Now, this is a major part of the deck. We have a Herald of War in here, and she is so nice to have because anytime she attacks, all our angels and humans get cheaper. So, like the first time you bring her out and attack, the first time you attack with her, everything's already 1 cheaper. And this doesn't get rid of the colored symbol like most of you should probably know, but yeah, this doesn't get rid of that symbol, it just gets rid of the colors. Next we have 2 Perimeter Captains for more life gain to go with Serene Steward. Pretty nice to have, because if both of them block a creature, both of their effects go off at the same time, you gain 4 from this one and 4 from the other one. So that's 8 right there. That's 8 life right off the bat. Next we run 2 Stonehaven Medics. More combos with Serene. Because this one, just right off the bat at the beginning of your main phase, you can just tap and get +1/+1 counters on stuff. Next, 2 Topin Freeblades. She's nice because of Vigilance and the fact that she gets Renown. Gets more +1/+1 count, puts a +1/+1 counter on herself, then plus we can combo that more with Serene and Dragon Scale and people like that. We have 2 Infantry Wardens, or Infantry Veterans, because they tap and give creatures +1/+, and give attacking creatures +1/+1, or a target attacking creature. So it's pretty nice to have them, because you can do that with Herald of War if you're just trying to end them really quickly. because some of the decks that I face with this get out of hand fast. And last but not least, we have 2 in order of champions. Same thing as infantry veteran. Just tap it. Tap it. Attacking creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. And that is all our creatures. Now we're going to move on to our instants. Now, I don't run many sorceries when we do get to those, and I'm going to explain why, but right off the bat we have White Sun's Passage, 5 life right at the beginning of your turn, or at the beginning of your main phase. It's pretty nice. We have a Smite, because you can just block you can just chump block a creature. You can just chump block a high creature, and then if it's not indestructible, nuke it with this instantly. Doesn't even stand a chance. Next, we have Smite the Monstrosity. This is pretty nice to have in here, because considering a lot of our cards are lower cards until we buff them with the life gain combo and stuff, we need this to clear. We need stuff to clear. This one's going to help you out in a sticky situation, because you get to choose one. You either give a creature indestructible, or you destroy a creature, so it can be removal or it can save your creature on this turn, which is nice. Unless, of course, your opponent's running a Bonds of Mortality, then it kind of sucks. But next up, Awestrike. So the next time target creature would deal damage this turn, prevent that damage, and you gain life, you go to the damage prevented. So basically, it's like Dazzling Reflection. Bleh. It's pretty nice, because you can just, like, say, use this on Ulamog, prevent the damage, and then you gain 10 life. Or if he's even bigger, I don't know, it'll draws you get huge fast. Safe Passage. Prevent all damage that will be dealt to you. This can save you late game, and it's really nice to have. You shouldn't really be getting low enough to use it, but that's in case you do. I haven't ever gotten low enough to need to use it, but Avenging Arrow. Once again, just removal, because this deck needs removal. We don't have powerful enough creatures to block and kill. Next up is Killshot. Killshot's pretty nice. Nuke, again. Next, we run 2 Honor's Reward, because Honor's Reward is a nice card. It gives us 4 life, which sets off Serene's effect, and then you get a bolster too. And that's why I run 2 of those. And they're only a 3-drop card, so it's not that bad, actually. And then last, we run 3 Tandem Tactics here. And the reason for the 3 Tandem Tactics is the fact that with all 3 of these, you can make a low creature pretty nasty and then pop Serene's effect, because each of them give you 2 life. So right here, you can give 2 creatures +3/+6 until end of turn. I find that pretty nice. Okay, now next up, we run 1 sorcery, and that is Landbind Ritual, because the only lands we run are plains. And so by running this, if you have all 20 plains out late game, you gain 40 life, which is huge. Next, we're going on to enchantments. We have 2 pacifisms, and what all this does is make it so creatures can't attack or block. Basically, we're trying to lock down the opponent's field so our aggro can get through with a lot of these cards. We're trying to get rid of their field or lock it down for our advantage. Next, we run 1 Grasp for the Hieromancer. An enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has, whenever this creature attacks, tap target creature opponent controls. Pretty nice. Once again, lets one of our creatures get through. And then last, we run Arrest. This is to block the annoying creatures that have like activated abilities, like I don't know. I can't think of one off the top of my head, but it blocks them from doing anything. Next up, we run 1 Epitaph Golem, because this is part of the combo with Emerius Shepherd. The combo is you have Emerius Shepherd that whenever you play planes, you get to bring back cards onto the battlefield. So what if Emerius Shepherd dies? You use Epitaph Golem here to bring back Emerius Shepherd. It's pretty nice considering it's a 5-drop, but it's pretty nice ability because it only costs you 2 mana. Next, you run a Spear of Helioid, because this helps so much to clear your opponent's field. I mean, and plus it's also nice to give it +1/+1, but you pay 3 mana to destroy target creature that dealt damage to you this turn. I think that's pretty nice. And then last but not least, our last artifact is Staff of the Sun Magus, because this card gives you so much life. Every time this card goes off, you can use Serene. And then last but not least, our 20 planes. 20 planes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile or deck tech, whatever you want to call it. Leave comments down below if you have any suggestions, because this is, I mean, it works out pretty well, but I do need suggestions on what to use for it, because I am not the greatest builder, and these are just humans that I already owned. I mean, I need to get some better ones that I already know, but it works pretty well. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day.